Hey guys, Eric here from Marked and Made. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. What we're going to do is do a full Tumbler course on the xTool P2S. So what I'd like to do is in this video is cover the introduction to this course, exactly what you're going to learn, and kind of how we're going to break up the videos. Now these are going to be broken down into several videos here, so it'll be easy for you to pick up and move through the playlist as you like. I'm going to organize it all into one big playlist on YouTube so that it's easy to find and refer back to. What we're going to do is kind of break that out in this video. So this video, what I'd briefly like to cover is what the P2S is and why it's great for tumblers. And from there, we're going to move into the tumblers themselves. So how to choose the right tumblers for laser engraving, the different types of tumblers that are out there, and why those tumblers matter. So, for instance, powder coating versus a sublimation tumbler, a tapered versus a non-tapered tumbler, things like that. We're also going to cover design information. So, some design basics like doing a full wrap versus doing just a one-sided engraving and why that matters, why there's a difference in terms of engraving them. And then we're going to cover some tools and accessories that make life easier with the xTool P2S. So, that includes things like some jigs or a riser or a level or a lens, just to make things a little easier on the P2S, and how to do the engraving both with and without those things. So that way you can understand sort of what the difference is and how that works. We're also going to cover the hardware and the software setup on the P2S for engraving tumblers. So from everything from how to place the tumbler on the laser to how to actually set it up in the software to make it engrave correctly. We're also going to cover all the settings and adjustments that I use for tumblers. So all the tumbler settings that I used for various types and colors of tumblers. There's really only one color that I touch settings for, but we'll get into that in the settings video. We're going to get into cleaning and fixing some finicky tumblers. So what may happen if a tab breaks, for example, and how to clean those tumblers to get the best results using different cleaning solutions and methods. And then finally, we're going to cover some file design and discount stuff that I have available. So in this video, kind of to kick it off, this will be your overview. Let's start with introducing the P2S, what it is, and why it's great for tumblers. So the xTool P2S is a 55-watt CO2 glass tube laser. It's absolutely fantastic at tumblers. It was my second laser I ever purchased and my first CO2, and it really changed the game for me with tumblers specifically. For those of you who know, I did a video series like this that's similar on the S1 for tumblers, and it's very different as you get into different colors of tumblers, need different settings, maybe multiple passes even, and some of those can be very tricky on a diode, but the CO2 really simplifies that. So this xTool P2S is absolutely fantastic. We have some finished tumblers here behind me. We have some white to rainbow ones. We have some black to copper, black to gold, white to gold. We do every color on the P2S without issue. We do every size on the P2S so far without issue. And it's really revolutionized how we set that up and how we went about that with our business. The rotary that we'll be using for this video series is the RA2 Pro. So if you have a different rotary, that doesn't mean that all of this course is irrelevant, but some of it may not be what you're looking for. We also have an RA3 rotary that we use on our P3. However, we'll be using the RA2 Pro with the P2S in this, just because it's what more people have currently that have the P2S or the P2. Speaking of the P2, this Tumbler course is compatible with the P2 as long as you have the RA2 Pro, and I think that it should be relatively, the same information. It's the same strength of laser, so your settings may need to be tweaked a little if your laser's older or you have any type of power loss, but overall it should be pretty much the same. So without further ado, let's get into it. Thank you for joining. Again, we'll include the links to everything that we talk about in these videos. We'll include there. I'm also going to include in a link to this video, a link to our site and to our maker community, which has a way for you to go in and see our settings sheet. Any files that we provide, those will all be provided in a link in the description of this video and the rest. But you'll be able to navigate to a Google Drive. You'll be able to, actually it'll be a page on our website that redirects to a Google Drive where you'll be able to go and download all of our settings sheet, which is completely free to use. You'll be able to use the templates that we use throughout the course here, and you'll be able to access links for every single item that we use, as well as some discounts for some of the jigs that we use for some makers on Etsy that give us discounts, and some file designers that give us discounts on their stuff as well. So thanks so much for listening into this video, and I will catch you guys in part 2.